What is up, Mario fans? This is Brighton Nelson from RPG Ranked, and in this video we'll be ranking all of the castle levels in New Super Mario Bros. Wii U. And there are 9 of them. There's 8 castles, but there are 2 castle levels in the final world in Peach's Castle, so I'm going to be ranking them today. Usually I talk about RPGs, but since Mario Wonder's coming out soon, I wanted to play through all of these 2D Marios in preparation for that fantastic looking game. And I wasn't going to talk about it, but then I just saw like all the badges and all that stuff, and I was like, this is reminding me of the Mario RPGs and stuff. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to give this a go, talking about the castles. So now without further ado, I'm going to talk about it. So in 9th place on this list is Larry's Torpedo Castle. So I played a lot of this game with my best friend recently, and I just wasn't really digging this level very much. It's mostly underwater, you're dodging torpedoes and all that stuff. Also, I forgot to say this, but I'm only talking about the level in this video. I'll be ranking the bosses in a different video, so just keep that in mind. But this level was just very one note in my opinion. It was a water level, which usually aren't the most interesting. They're usually just dodge some enemies, get to the end of the screen, you know. And in this case, there's a bunch of bullet bills coming at you, and you're just swimming around in the water. Like, it isn't really that interesting. The beginning of the level is a little more interesting because you're doing the, well, I guess it's not, because so you have these water torpedoes coming around trying to kill Mario, and the beginning of the level is your typical castle stuff from, I don't know, the older New Super Mario Bros. Games where you're just jumping on the grades trying to get to the end of the level. Like, it's nothing all that spectacular. And then you come into the third screen of the level, which after you're dodging the bullet bills, it adds the two pieces together. You're going on grates and you are dodging bullet bills, and there's water below. So it's just adding the two pieces together. And it's not bad. I mean, it's still like a C tier for me. Like, it's an average. It's not bad. It's not like a level I dislike. But it's not one that I ever feel like, oh, I gotta go back and play that level. I mean, not that I'm thinking that for a ton of levels, but also the third star coin is a little obscure. It's just one of the random grates that goes up into the top. You're just expected to. Like, me and my best friend spent forever trying to find that one, and it was just a little dumb. Not one of the ones where it had like a hint. Like, I don't want it to be easy to find, but it also needs to have a little bit of a hint so that when you're looking around in the environment, it's like actually fun to find them. And some of the ones that you just end up looking up aren't very fun to find. So yeah. Anyway, this is a good castle level overall, but it's not a great. Alright, next on this list is the first castle level in Peach's Castle, and that is Red Hot Elevator Ride. So I actually loved the idea for this level, and going into it, I thought it was going to be like one of my favorite levels in the game, to be honest. But then I got doing it, I went through the motions, and I just didn't find it to be a very fun level. Because in the end, it's just very choppy. Like, you're going up, you're ascending, going up this elevator, trying to get to the final dungeon. And as a second to last level in the game, it's just pretty disappointing how slow it feels. So you're ascending up this, the elevator, and you're controlling your own path, which is fun. I like the Bowser electric things. I like the Goombas going down and all that stuff. But it's really the coins floating down that really just, I don't know. I feel like coins being weaponized is just kind of annoying. And I thought it was a pretty fun, intense level as a whole, but it just felt really choppy. Like, where's the ones where, like, the lava river ride that's earlier is a lot more, like, chaotic, because I just feel like it's moving faster. It's Goombas that, like, there's a difference between like enemies jumping on and coins falling on. I just thought that was kind of annoying. And once it started moving into the bob-ombs during the second half of the level, I was kind of liking it a little better. I mean, it was an intense level, but especially since there was literally one of the boat levels like right before this, it just wasn't very unique, and I like the boat level better than this anyway. So in the end, this just wasn't a great level in my opinion. Alright, let's move on to the next castle on on this list. So next, in 7th place in the B tier, is the first castle in the game, Lemmy's Swing Back Castle. Now, why is this one special to me? Why is it above average? Well, it's super simple, and there's a charm in that, and I'm not saying that it's like... I was talking about how the torpedo one was too simple, so how is this okay for being simple? Well, it is the first world, so it's nice and it's simple, but really, what adds to this level is that this is like the one time you get to fly, like you get an acorn suit in a castle. And I mean, yes, you can just bring your own, but having a castle designed around the acorn suit is just really fun. And I always love these pendulums in Mario levels. I mean, basic as that may be for a castle level, I just love them anyway. It's really fun to go about these levels, just swinging around, having a jolly good old time, and it's just really fun. And I love this castle level. And again, I'm not incorporating the bosses, but the boss is a pretty fun boss for the first world. Usually, the first world bosses are more boring than this, so... Sure, the Koopalings are here, but I think they did a good job of making them fun to fight anyway. So I'm not incorporating that in the ranking, but just wanted to say that. But really, having a castle that really has just a vibe that really allows the acorn suit to shine, it was just really fun. Sorry, the squirrel suit. I guess it's acorn planes with the... I don't know, it looks like an acorn. It kind of throws me off. But anyway, alright, in 6th place is going to be a little bit controversial, but in the B tier is Peach's Castle, the final battle. And I just think that this is a very mediocre final level. It's kind of sad, especially if you compare it to the new Super Mario Bros. Wii final level, which is a fantastic level. It's very difficult. The final boss is absolutely fantastic. In this game, it's just a very easy, like I beat it literally my first try with all the star coins, which was a little sad. I mean, Bowser Jr. was fun, like the first half of the level was fun, and just like dodging Bowser Jr.'s attacks was fun, learning his moveset is cool, but I beat it first try. It wasn't really a challenge for the final dungeon. And then the second phase is not that much more interesting. The final boss is kind of cool. You get to go into Bowser Jr.'s clown car and then just attack Bowser by like ground pounding into him basically, which is fun. I mean, this whole level is good. It's not a boring average level that's forgettable. I'm not forgetting this level in any way. But is it something that I really think is a good... I mean, maybe it would be higher if it wasn't a final level. Like, this is not a bad level if it was just Bowser Jr. in World 6 or something. But when you think of it as the final level in the game, it just is kind of disappointing that this is all we got. So it's not bad by any means, but I think it doesn't deserve any higher than 6th place on this list. Alright, in 5th is where we start getting into some castles I love. Castle levels aren't typically my favorite levels in the game. I'm not going any S tier levels in terms of castles, but the next 5 are all A tier. Like, these are all really good levels. Not my favorites in the game, but good. And in 5th place is, well, ironically, the 5th castle in the game. And Castle 5 is really solid. It's the Lava Castle, it's Iggy's Volcanic Castle, and it's all about like Mario's, like these platforms that rise and drop over and over again, and the lava levels rising and dropping, and it's just a really intense level. Like, it's not like difficult to understand in concept. It's not really okay, well, that was a interesting level, but it's just a really intense level. I love the implementation of all the dry bones here, the different, like, lots of cool I guess the first star coin's a little basic, but the other 2 star coins you have to really like strategically bounce off of dry bone enemies, which is fun. And honestly, this is just an intense level that actually brought a little bit of challenge to the table, which doesn't really happen that much in this game. So I liked this level a lot for that, and I had a jolly old time with this level. So yeah, overall, I think that Castle 5 is a really solid level. Alright, next on this list is probably a little controversial, but it is Castle 2. Castle 2, I feel like, really marks where the game starts getting, like, good. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's where we start moving away from the juvenile and getting into the big boy stuff in the game. These little blocks are fun. Like, I always love the levels where it really, like, it feels intense because like Mario's gonna get crushed if you don't jump right, and there's a lot of lava bubbles here. There's a fun, I think it's the first star coin where you have to like jump up to the top, and there's like a really hidden pipe, and it's cool. There's also like a little place you can go for mini Mario, which is cool. I don't even know. I think you might have to just bring it into the level. I don't know if there's actually a way to get the mini Mario in this level, but there is a little mini Mario secret, which you don't get that many of those in this game outside of like levels built around it. So I thought that was cool that there was one of those. So as a whole, I really did love the second castle in this game. And if you go back and play all of them, like it's not going to be the best. It's not as difficult and stuff, but really this is where I feel like the game started getting a little more difficult moving into the later worlds of the game. So yeah, I really like the second castle in this game. And then we move into the third spot on this list, and it is going to be the fourth castle in the game, Wendy's Shifting Castle. Oh, also the last one was Morton's Compactor Castle. Anyway, but Wendy's Shifting Castle is just really cool. I originally had it lower on the list because, gonna be honest, I died a lot for some reason in this one. But there are some really cool little puzzles here, and the second and third star coins were pretty awesome. The Thwimp's utilization here was really cool with the different, like the whole castle was like shifting around and stuff, which wasn't that interesting compared to the level where it's shifting, the underground shifting cave, where that was like the whole vibe of the level, which that was a pretty hard level compared to a lot of the other levels in the game. But anyway, it uses the Thwimps really well though, and the one of the star coins, you have to really time your jumps well, and that one's really fun. Or you can just use invincibility frames, but that's kind of boring. And then there's also this like little star coin where you have to jump on moving platforms and avoid a thwomp. And there's one where you like have to fake out a little thwimp and then like get the star coin behind it. I just thought there's a lot of cool stuff here. We were having a lot of thwomps, which are always fun to deal with, and the shifting of the castle. So overall, I thought this was a really solid castle. It was just a fun, interesting castle. I don't know. I just had a good time. It was a really dynamic level, I feel like, and there's a lot of stuff going on. So I really liked that. Alright, the runner-up on this list is going to be the 7th castle in the game, Ludwig's Clockwork Castle. This one is just awesome. You get a lot of different enemies here. You get the little buzzy, bony beetle, whatever they're called. You get to fight Fire Bros with ice flowers, which is always epic. I always love duking it out with Fire Bros when I have an ice flower. I love the clockwork thingies, because the other moving platforms I feel like in the other castles are just dreadfully slow, and it's super easy to platform between them. But the clockwork platforms not only look cool, but they're going really speedy, so you have to actually think about it, time your jumps really well. Also, yeah, the Fire Bros, there are these like shock enemies. I don't know what they're called, but they're like little circles with faces. You probably know more about what they're called than me, but that was really cool. And then my favorite part were the big hammer bros, which I don't know if they're in any other level in this game. I don't remember, but they add a lot to this level, because not only do you have to time your jumps, but you also have to be in the air when they are going to ground pound, and it just creates this very intense level, I feel like, where you have to know what's going on like at all times. And yeah, I really loved this level as a whole. It was just one of the best castle levels in the game for me. Alright, and my favorite castle level in the game has to go to Roy's Conveyor Castle. This castle's just awesome. While I don't think it's as like intense as the 7th castle, Ludwig's Clockwork Castle, I feel like in terms of, it's more of intense in terms of platforming and can you be quick enough, think quick on your feet to get the different like timed star coins versus, oh, there's enemies that might kill me type of intense. But it's really cool, the platforming, I really love that they decided to have different sizes of blocks for the conveyor belt. I just feel like it added more charm to the level, because they could have totally just went with one size fits all, you know what I'm saying? And so that could have been the way, but that was not what it was, so that was nice. And the very final star coin in this level was really cool, and it just you had to go behind the castle to do it, and that was super super cool. And that's not something that was like in any other castle, so that was awesome. And right before the final room, going from the normal way, there's also this huge, this is my favorite part of the level, even above the secret part, was there's this huge like contraption where if you press this one button, it would like build this whole like staircase for you. The different like dry bones would fall into the lava and stuff, and that was really really cool. I was just that was cool. I did not expect all that, and it's fun to try to time it so that like every dry bones will fall into the lava, and then you can kind of just get to the end of the level. And yeah, it was really cool. I really love this castle. And again, castle levels aren't typically my favorite. I'm usually a bigger fan of the towers and just more inventive, weird, wacky levels. But overall, this game had some solid castles, I'm not gonna lie. No S or S plus tiers in this video, just solid A's. But you know, I'm okay with that. The 6th castle was my favorite as a whole. 7 and 4 come close, and 2 and 5 are also really good. But yeah, as a whole, I'm going to say that 6th castle is my favorite in the game. Thank you all for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, this is my month of Mario, so I'm going to be playing every single 2D Mario and ranking all the things from it. Next time a 3D Mario is going to be released, I'll do a month of 3D Mario, but I'm really mostly an RPG channel. But you know, I just gotta honor Mario, you know what I'm saying? So if you enjoy this, if you enjoy Mario, the next 2 months are all going to be about Mario. But if you just enjoy RPGs as well, please be sure to like, subscribe, and if you want to see more exclusive videos, you can check out my Patreon. I've got like 8 exclusive videos over there. Just started my Patreon recently, so there'll definitely be more in the future. But yeah, thank you all for watching this video, and if you enjoy, have a fantastic day. Peace out, Mario fans.